Hey guys, and welcome back to the Chase Racing Garage. So it's springtime right around the corner. I decided to start another build. This here is an unopened motor out of my Audi TT. It has about 170,000 kilometers on it. And it's an engine code ATC. It's a 20 mil motor. This one here, I'm tearing it apart. The manifold, everything's just on there for show right now there. But I'm tearing this motor down and building a 2-liter stroker for the Beetle. So I already got most of the parts there, just waiting on a few bolts and rod bearings that are in the mail. But other than that, I'm gonna start disassembly so I can gut the block and bring it into the machine shop, get it bored out. The only thing I don't have is the 2-liter crankshaft, so I'm going to be going to the scrapyard and trying to source one out that's somewhat usable. Other than that, the engine disassembly will begin. Alright, before I go ripping off this belt here, I'll show you guys what a properly 180 timed motor looks like. So you're gonna have a little indent dot here, and then there's kind of a ridge here, and it's always gonna line up with that. A lot of people try and do it off the harmonic balancer. Other people have different ways. I just find this way easier. And then you got your top mark, which is a lot of times people don't think it lines up, or it's like half a tooth off. I would just say picture it if it was full tooth the other way. That's a lot further off than it is now. And then picture it if it would be tooth the other way, which is even further, you know what I mean? So that's just the way to kind of figure that out. And then yeah, a bunch of oil leaking or seepage from the front crank seal there. So alright, so I got the oil pan off, and this is what you'll normally find in these 180 engines. Just a bunch of broken black plastic or orange plastic from the dipstick tube. That's completely normal. And what's not normal is the amount of RTV somebody used to seal this thing on there. It's definitely been resealed once since factory. Alright, next up, flip the motor around and see what it looks like. Alright, got the valve cover off. The cams are looking nice. I'll show you a little mod for these 180s. So you grab these things here, and then you throw them right in the garbage. Alright, we'll be back. So now we got the cylinder head off, and pistons, everything are looking alright. Cylinder head's looking pretty good. But what I am noticing is a very gnarly burnt stench of oil. So any motor that's gotten very hot and with old oil will burn into the aluminum and stay in the pores and make a horrible smell. And that's what I'm smelling right now. So I got this car and had a bunch of coolant leaks, so it must have got hot at one point, but it ran perfect until I ripped it apart. But yeah, definitely a good candidate to get bored and decked and make it fresh again and make her a stroker. So now we're into the chain components here. I just ripped off this cover here for the main timing belt crank gear. You're gonna have to pull off a 19 mil 12-point bolt, which is held in there at a crazy torque rating. So you're gonna need a crazy impact or a nice long breaker bar. So the easiest way to tell if this is a 19 mil or a 20 mil motor are, as you can see down there, the heads of the connecting rods are not tapered, and you got nuts and studs, whereas the 19 mil stock motors are just like little, I think 6-point bolts there, and smaller than these, like 10 mil or something. Alright, so we're gonna tear the rest of it down. Got the motor pretty well gutted, just a few things like the oil squirters and whatever, oil filter housing. And I can bring it in to get machined. So the bores are going from 81 millimeter to 82.5. And it's gonna get a 2-liter crank, and the pistons are stroker pistons. So to compensate for the extra throw on the crank, the crown of the piston to pin height is a bit shorter. So here's pistons and rods that come out of it. Like I said, these are the 20 mil versions factory, which is a lot better and stronger. And everything's in nice shape. Like for these pistons, very usable for just a stock piston build. So if you guys are looking to just build a regular stock piston forged rod build, I would suggest just finding any 2000 and older 180 and just search it up real quick. There's lots of false information on the internet, but I found a lot of the 2000 and earlier models are 20 mil motors, just regular ones. It's not like all the Audis and BAM engines that everybody claims they're not as rare as you think. There's a lot of 20 mil motors out there. And yeah, that's the best bet if you're just looking to build or even just an unopened motor. Like these rods are a bit beefier and stronger than the stock 19 mil rods you'd find in like an AWP. So, other than that, I'm just finishing up here there. I gotta run this to the machine shop tonight, and then, yeah, the build will commence soon. I'll post some updates in a bit. Right on, guys. If you got any questions, just ask in the comments, and like and subscribe, and for more builds and all that shit. Right on, guys. Have yourselves a great day.